What they're doing, they're going in my car and look on the passenger side. This is what I see. That's crazy. And look at this shit. That's a needle right there. That's a needle right there. Show me.
Surveillance video presented during the trial showed the Dallas anesthesiologist repeatedly taking bags out of a warming bin and then putting them back. Prosecutors say Ortiz injected dangerous drugs into bags at a North Dallas surgical center, causing 11 patients to suffer cardiac emergencies in 2022. Evidence at the trial showed at the time of the emergencies, Ortiz was facing disciplinary action for an alleged medical mistake during one of his own surgeries. One doctor died after taking an IV bag home to treat herself for dehydration. That physician was Dr. Melanie Kaspar. In the trial, her husband, John Kaspar, testified he tried to revive his wife with CPR before paramedics arrived, but was unable to. Then 18-year-old Jack Alderstein also received one of the tainted bags. His doctors testified he nearly died on the operating table. Ortiz was convicted at the trial in April.
Wake up, bro! Yes, where my car's at? First North can apply, he's coming too. Leave that door open! Morales, you good? My radio's dead. Huh? My radio's dead. Get his vest off, straight his leg. Straight his leg. Yep. How you keep this shit on me? Miles! Morales! Morales! Hey, Morales! Hey, drag him out! Drag him out! Drag him out! Drag him out! Hey, first NORCAN's applied already!
This man hired a hitman to take out his wife so he could claim her $500,000 life insurance. This is Yuri Jenkins, and in 2017, he and his wife Makiva were sleeping in their home when they heard the sound of someone breaking in. The intruder quickly made his way into their bedroom and held both Yuri and his wife at gunpoint. They were instructed to lay down on the ground, and both complied without any resistance. The intruder then took the life of Makiva and fled the scene before police arrived. A few days later, the police located the gunman and after a brief interrogation, learned the disturbing truth of what really happened. The gunman revealed he had actually been hired by Yuri for $20,000 to take the life of his wife so he could claim her $500,000 life insurance policy. Yuri was immediately arrested and charged with the murder of his wife. The gunman then went on to testify against Yuri in court, explaining exactly how the entire murder had been planned by Yuri himself. The gunman got off with a 15-year sentence in exchange for cooperating with the police, leaving Yuri with a mountain of evidence further proving his guilt. Following the conclusion of his trial, Yuri was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
It has just been reported that the 15-year-old teen who unalived 5 of his 6 family members called 911 at the same time that a 911 call was coming in from the neighbor. Now, he's telling the 911 operator, concocted this story that his brother was the one who did the crime, while the neighbor is telling the 911 operator what the sister has told them. So he didn't even know that his sister was still alive. He didn't even know that the sister had gotten out of the house. So I would have loved to see his face when police got there, because now they know that what he was saying was a complete lie.
They say the suspect called 911 out of breath and claimed that it was his 13-year-old brother, Benjamin Humiston, who had, quote, just shot my whole family and committed.
The RP's now saying that the brother had shot at all the other family members?
But as that was happening, a second 911 call was coming in, one from a neighbor.
The sister who went to the neighbor's house is now saying that our caller is the one who was the shooter and was alive when she left the house.
An aspiring rapper who was 23 at the time had his mom killed for insurance money. His name was Kwame Wilson, who went by the rap name Young QC. This was his mother, a beautiful young lady, and this how it all happened. People who knew Kwame growing up often described him as a spoiled child. Kwame wanted to be a famous rapper so bad, so one day he told his friend Eugene Spencer to kill his mother. Kwame then called his mother and told her he was on his way home. Then he gave his friend Eugene the access code to his mother's apartment. He then went there and shot Kwame's mother. And get this, Kwame was on the phone with Eugene as his mother was being shot. As a matter of fact, after Eugene shot Kwame's mother, Kwame told him on the phone, make sure that bitch is dead. And so Eugene stabbed her after he shot her. Anyway, 1 week after his mother's death, Kwame liquidated her bank account, getting more than $90,000. He also was the beneficiary of 2 life insurance policies. He then went to social media, flaunting his cash, showing designer clothes, Jordans he had bought, and luxury cars. And this was within weeks of his mother's death.
Y'all, have y'all came across the story where the Mississippi police officer set his whole family on fire after finding out that his dad, his brother, and his son was the fathers of his 6 kids? I had to read this to understand it a couple times. So basically, the wife has been sleeping with her husband's 73-year-old father, his 34-year-old brother, and his 21-year-old son, or who he thought was his son. All of them impregnated her. She had the baby. He finds out through a DNA test that his dad, his brother, and his son are actually the fathers of his kids. Goes to the gas station, buys a gas can, goes back to the house and set the whole house on fire, y'all. He basically stated when detectives arrested him, that the DNA test, honestly devastated his life and ruined his whole existence, y'all. This is crazy.
Shut up. Don't talk in here.
I weigh my rights.
Don't talk
I
in
weigh
here.
my rights.
The man deputies say got an 11-year-old pregnant walking out on his own bond hearing.
He's not going to get bond anyway. He's bond denied. I cannot set bond on anything that carries up to life in prison.
Investigators say Derek Kendall Burris assaulted a girl and got her pregnant at 11 years old. Detectives say she is related to an acquaintance of the suspect, and DNA proves Burris is the father of the now 12-year-old girl's baby. Investigators say the girl originally told school personnel the assault was by someone closer to her age, and eventually told them it was Burris.
Anything you want to say, sir?
No.
The tape basically showed Garnet lying sideways across his mother's legs, and he seems happy and ready to be discharged. And then the doctors come in. They were telling her that Garnet looks great, we're going to discharge you. As soon as those doctors and nurses leave, a few moments later, Lacey walks by with what appears to be a feeding tube in her hand.
It appeared that in her one hand, she has a container. She brought that into that bathroom that would connect up to his feeding tube.
She had brought salt to the hospital and was giving it to him through his feeding tube.
It was just a horrific, horrific scene to watch.